So before we start with the exercise questions, write down a note. I think you've already written the definition for zeros of a polynomial. Along with that, just write down a couple of things. These are a couple of things, a few things you want to remember. A polynomial with degree n has at most n zeros. This simply means that if you know the degree of your polynomial, उसकी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा कितनी zeros हो सकती हैं. So if you have a linear polynomial, at the max it can have just one zero. And if you compare it with a linear equation, linear polynomial, if written as polynomial equation, will become a linear equation. So linear equation, when you solve, you get just one answer for the variable present in that linear equation. So that would mean that a linear equation has just one solution. So that particular value, which is the solution of the linear equation, will be the zero of linear polynomial made using the equation that you have. If you have a quadratic equation, it will have at the most two zeros. Now, when I say at the most two zeros, it means two distinct zeros could be there. And if there is a quadratic polynomial which has two equal zeros, that means there is just one value which makes the polynomial equal to zero, but it is repeating itself. So you will learn it later in the exercise, later in the chapter when you learn how to calculate the zeros. I think that's exercise 2.4. But as for now, just remember this. Similarly, if you have a quadratic polynomial, it will have at the most three zeros. Maximum उसकी तीन zeros होंगी, तीन से ज़्यादा नहीं होंगी. A non-zero constant polynomial has no zero. So if you have a non-zero constant polynomial, means the polynomial only contains the constant term. There will be no value of the variable which is going to make it equal to zero. So that's why that constant polynomial will have no zero. You could take the example as let us say px equals to 5. So whatever value of x you may use here, the answer will never be zero. So there will be no value of x which is going to make this polynomial equal to zero. इसका आंसर कभी भी zero नहीं बनेगा. That's why a constant polynomial which is non-zero will have no zeros. Then third is a zero polynomial, which is a constant polynomial with value equal to zero. It has infinitely many zeros. So whatever value of x you substitute here, the answer is always going to be zero. So you could put any real number in place of x, the answer will always be zero. So every substituted value of x will be the zero of the zero polynomial. I hope I'm making sense. If anyone has any questions regarding this, please ask. The first point you will learn when you learn about how to calculate the zeros. So I will bring this up again later when we learn how to find out zeros of given polynomial. Your book only contains calculation of zeros of linear polynomial. I will be giving additional questions so that you can learn how to find out the zeros. So right now I'm just starting with the exercise 2.2. It's on page number 34, 35 in your textbooks. Question number 1 of the exercise is a very simple question. You only have to evaluate the polynomial for the given values of the variable. So as you can see, find the value of polynomial. The polynomial is in x. So I can first of all name this as px equals to 5x minus 4x squared plus 3. This is the first thing I want to write down. Name my polynomial or represent my variable. Represent my polynomial with the name. And then when I want to find out the value of this polynomial by substituting x by the constants given to me. So when I take x equals to 0, I will be writing as p of 0, the whole representation. In the complete representation, you're going to replace x by 0 on the left hand side as well as on the right hand side. And then you're just going to simplify. That's it. Similarly, you have to do for the other two. In the second part, when you put x equals to -1, the representation will be p of -1. And then on the right hand side as well, you're going to replace x by -1. And then you have to simplify. Shall we begin?
Yes, ma'am.
So the first thing you want to do is you want to write down the polynomial as px. Anyone with any questions? If anyone's writing down, please let me know.
Yes, ma'am, please wait.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Taran?
Ma'am, can 0 be 0 of any polynomial? Like you have written px equal to 5. If we put the value of x equal to 0,
There is no
then
x to
the
be substituted actually. There is no x to be substituted. You're talking about the constant polynomial px equals to 5.
yes, ma'am.
So this particular expression can be written as, if I had to, just rewrite this, it would be 5 into x raised to the power 0. So if I take x equals to 0, so polynomial will become this. Actually, this value is not defined. When you learn about exponents and variables, exponents and powers, when you do laws of exponents, there is one condition which applies to the laws, that the base cannot be 0 when you're raising the power 0. So 0 raised to the power 0 is not defined, 0 by 0 is not defined. So there are certain terms which are not defined. So you cannot use 0 or try 0 as a 0 for constant polynomial. Even if you do, you will not have the answer for this particular expression. 0 raised to the power 0 का answer ही नहीं available आपके पास. And other than that, if you put any non-zero value in place of x, it's never going to be equal to 0. Raised to the power 0 will always be 1. Except for this. 0 raised to the power 0 is not defined.
Okay, ma'am.
Kavyam, is it done?
Yes, ma'am.
Question number 2, again, it's evaluation of the polynomial for various values. They are simply saying now, instead of, now look at the way the statement has changed in question number 1 and question number 2. In question number 1, they had given you the polynomial and then they had given different values for which you wanted to solve your polynomial. So हमने एक एक करके ये values को substitute करके अपने polynomial का आंसर निकाल लिया. In question number 2, they are writing down find P0, P1, P2. So the value in the bracket is the value you want to replace your variable with. अगर हम P0 बोल रहे हैं, that means in all the given polynomials, the variable will be replaced by 0. So in the first part, you have P of y. To find out P0, what we want to do is we want to put y equals to 0. Similarly, if you want to find out P1, you're going to put y equals to 1. And then the work will be similar to the question you just did. Question number 1, the way you had solved it, exactly like that. This is only the representation they have given here. And similarly, now each part will have further 3 parts to be evaluated. हर पार्ट में आपको P0, P1, P2 फाइंड आउट करना है. तो एक बार आप वेरिएबल को 0 से रिप्लेस करोगे, एक बार 1 से रिप्लेस करोगे और एक बार 2 से रिप्लेस करोगे. सो यू गोइंग टू हैव 3 आंसर्स फॉर ईच ऑफ दीज पार्ट्स. Are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's write down. So you don't need to write this down that we are putting y equals to 0. You can simply just start with your work. Let's do one more part. You have already done this work so many times in 7th standard. If anyone can recall, actually. In 7th standard, you learn about evaluating algebraic expressions. This is the work you have done there. But you did not learn the representation. You had expressions with single variable, expressions with 2 variables, where the values of the variables were given and you have to just replace your variables by those values and solve. And do take your time, don't do this in a rush, because especially with the negative values, that could simply create problem when you miss the signs.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Taran.
Ma'am, can you please admit Manya?
But I am having some trouble and I don't know why this is not working here. I'm trying to admit. But right now, some things may be wrong with the system
Can
here.
you admit Bhavya also?
I'm not able to, like, it's connected, but it's not working here. Just a minute. The meeting controls are not working right now. I'm not sure why. This is working, but meeting controls are not working. Yeah, this is working. I'm not sure why. Something's wrong with maybe Zoom. I can't even change the security settings. It's not working. Like, I'm unable to access anything for the Zoom meeting right now. Everything else is working, but this is not working. And I can't even stop the meeting right now. Like, it's not even working that way. I can't even end the meeting. It's not working. Wait a minute. I think I can do something. Right now, I don't see anyone in the waiting room. I think. Let me just. Still not able to use the controls here. So this is what we have: px equals to x minus 1, x plus 1. You just replace the values and solve. So this will be minus 1 plus 1. I think
Can
you
you
have,
explain the code?
sorry,
Can you explain this part?
beta, you have your polynomial given in the form of product of two linear polynomials. जो polynomial आपको दिया हुआ है, it's given as a product of two linear polynomials. तो brackets में आपके पास x minus 1, x plus 1 है. You don't need to go ahead and simplify your polynomial. You can directly use the values as such in all the parts of your polynomial. अगर आपके polynomial में इस तरह से products बने हुए हैं, तो अगर आपको P0 find out करना है, that means you want to find out the value of your polynomial by replacing x by 0. So wherever x you can see in your expression, just replace it by 0. Doesn't matter whether there is one bracket, two bracket, multiple brackets, or there is just one expression as such. If you simplify and then solve, तब भी answers यही आएंगे. If you solve without doing this, without simplifying, even then you'll get the same answers. If you had simplified, x minus 1, x plus 1 would actually have been written as identity, a plus b, a minus b. So this would have been x square minus 1. You could work with this also. Px equals to x square minus 1. For this also you can replace x by 0. The answer would be 0 square minus 1. It will be 0 minus 1, which is minus 1. Similarly, you can evaluate P1 and P2. But the fact is, it doesn't matter whether you simplify it or not. You can just directly work with the expression as such.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Next question. Question number 3. Verify whether the following are zeros of the polynomial indicated against them. So as you can see, there are 7, 8 parts. In each of the parts, along with the polynomial, there is a value given. So you have the polynomial given to you and you have value of variable. You want to verify whether the given value is a zero or not. So what we would do is we will simply replace the polynomial by the value and the answer should be equal to 0. If it is to be a 0, the answer after replacing our variable by the given value will be equal to 0. So I'll just show you one part and then you can do the rest of the parts on your own, I guess. It's just like question number 1 and question number 2. The only difference is if you get the answer as 0, you're going to write down that yes, the value that you had replaced your variable with is a 0 of the given polynomial. And they have given the representation this time. So the polynomial is px equals 3x plus 1. The value of the variable is x equals to minus 1 by 3. Be careful with the values here. Don't miss the negative sign. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to use this value here and then solve.
Zero.
Right? The answer is 0. So what you can say is, therefore, the given value x equals to minus 1 by 3 is a 0 of px. Because this value makes the polynomial 0, that's why it's a 0. This 0 is a noun actually. The name given to the value of variable which makes your polynomial equal to 0. Okay, I can't control anything right now on this system. I am not sure why Zoom controls are not working at all. Next one, we have 5x minus pi. And now you don't need to use the value of pi here. You can just directly work with this. You can simply work with pi as such. Value of the variable is 4 by 5. So let's find out p of 4 by 5. So simplifying this, the answer is 4 minus pi. This answer is not 0. No, I will not be able to admit Nimmer right now because I cannot control anything. Let me see again. So without putting the value here, I have done this. And now you can write down that the value that you had replaced your polynomial in. Therefore, x equals to 4 by 5 is not a 0 of Px. You might find questions later in the chapter where you have expression containing pi. You are not going to use the value of pi, you will simply keep it as pi. Third part, we have Px equals to x square minus 1. This time you have two values of x. One is 1 and the other one is minus 1. So you will be working with two values. First of all, find out P of 1. Replace x by 1. As you can see, this makes the answer 0. And then replace x with minus 1. Even this value will make your answer as 0. So this means the first value is a 0 of Px and the second value is also a 0 of Px. Anyone who has questions with regarding this question, with respect to this question?
No, ma'am.
So now we have again an expression given as product. So I'm not going to solve it or simplify it. I'm going to work with this as such. जैसे दिया है वैसे इसके साथ आप simplification कर सकते हो by replacing your values. The two values are x equals to minus 1 and 2. So let's one by one put these values and see whether or not our answer is 0. The first value is x equals to minus 1. So in the first bracket, as you can see, the answer will be 0. 0 multiplied with minus 3, the answer is 0. So you can write down that x equals to minus 1 is a 0 of Px. And then let's use the next value, which is 2. So this time the second bracket becomes 0. Anyone with any questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So I'm just going to do one more part with you and the rest of the parts you'll be doing yourself. I'm going to take up 7th part, which contains the values and roots. So we have Px equals to 3x square minus 1 and the values are x equals to minus 1 by under root 3 and the second value is 2 by under root 3. Using the first value here, P of minus 1 by root 3, solve your exponents before you solve your brackets or products. And then using the second value, This particular answer is not equal to 0. So you can write down that x equals to 2 by root 3 is not a 0 of the x.
Ma'am, can you please show the fourth part?
Which one?
Ma'am, can you please show the fourth part again?
Yeah, just a minute.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now we have the last question of the exercise. This is about how to find out the zeros of a polynomial. And as I mentioned earlier, this question only contains linear polynomials. So as such in your book, when you have to find out the zero of a polynomial, you're only working with linear polynomials here. So tomorrow I will be discussing about other polynomials. As for now, we will be discussing only linear polynomials. To find out the zero of a polynomial, what we want to do is we want to take polynomial equal to 0. So when you take polynomial equal to 0, your polynomial gets converted into a polynomial equation. So if I had to show you the first part, so you have px equals to x plus 5. In order to find out its zeros, you're going to take px equal to 0. So this would mean whatever expression you had, x plus 5, this will be equal to 0. So your polynomial now has been converted into a polynomial equation. I hope now everyone knows how to solve a linear equation. Linear equation means you have to find out the value of the variable here. This is your answer. Let's take fourth part. In fourth part, you have px equals to 3x minus 2. So what you're going to do is you're simply going to take this as equal to 0. And then solve. So 3x minus 2 equals to 0. From here, you can find out the value of your variable. This is the 0 of px. And you can verify if you replace x by 2 over 3 in the given polynomial, the answer will be 0.